refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of BWT. I'm your host, Teddy, and today we will be recapping the Yankees and the Tigers series that just finished up today. I got my boy Carl with me, only Tigers fan that I know. He's out here repping his squad. How we feeling today, Carl?
I wanted to sweep, but I'm feeling good nonetheless.
Yep.
Nats lost too, man. If the Nats would have swept, then we wouldn't have swept. Oh, I wouldn't have hurt the rest of them.
Oh yeah, that would have hurt your soul. I know that.
Definitely was hoping they lost today, and they lost. So got to take my small wins.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. This was a good series, dude. But before we get started, I want to make sure that you guys are liking this video, subscribing to this show so you don't miss any other episodes throughout the entire baseball season. And of course, make sure you are subscribed to the rest of the shows on the Refuse to Lose network. We've got a host of one of the shows on today as a guest. Carl, tell us about your show.
So yeah, my show was Carl Talking College. Basically covering college football and college basketball. I am currently in the off season as of Monday night, so that's good. Nice little break. But yeah, like I said, man, I just cover college football, college basketball. We had a bracket challenge this year. I do game day type shows when available, previews, things like that, recaps. Off season mainly going to be focused on reviewing my previews. So I predicted records, things like that in the off season. In the summer, leading up to the college football season. So I'm going to review those, see how close I was, teams I got right, teams I got wrong. I'm going to be reviewing coaching carousels, going to be talking about coaching carousels, giving grades, all that stuff. So, please tune in to CTC if you love college football, college basketball.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you guys tune into his show because he knows what he's talking about, man. If you want to know who the second string quarterback is on some team in like a not so big division, Carl knows it. He knows his stuff, man. So make sure you guys are tuning in to his show. We also got another show, Dave's Doghouse. We got In the Red Corner. We got Unfazed. We got FFC. We've got Unfazed. What else? RBO, Real Ballers Only. And then, of course, the main show, Refuse to Lose. That goes live every Tuesday and Friday. I was just on last Tuesday talking about the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Extension. So make sure you guys tune into that. And yeah, let's get started into game one of this series. We had Carlos Rodon going up against Casey Mize. In the bottom of the third, Andy Ibanez hits a 3-run home run to get the scoring started for the Tigers to go up 3-0, his first home run of the season. In the top of the fifth, Aaron Judge comes up with an RBI single to make it 3-1. In the bottom of the fifth, Justin Henry Malloy hits an RBI single to make it 5-1. In the bottom of the seventh, Trey Sweeney has a ground ball for an RBI to make it 6-1. And then Jazz Chisholm reaches on an error to score a run to make it 6-2, which ended up being the final score. The winning pitcher was Casey Mize. He went 6 innings, giving up only 4 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks. six strikeouts. His ERA on the year is a .77. His record is 2-0 on the season, and Rodon got the loss. He went 6 innings, giving up 4 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, 5.19 ERA, and his record is 1-2. Carl, tell me your thoughts on Game One.
Man, game one was really defense. Like you said, y'all scored on an error, which is a defensive mistake. But yeah, I just love the defense in game one, especially. I know you talk about Andy hitting a 3-run bomb, but he had a crazy double play where he stopped the ball, I believe, at like short and
Yes.
made a double play. I really loved Andy this game. Y'all know I rave about Andy Ibanez. It confuses me at times where he don't get as much playing time as he does, but um, really good game defensively. So I thought that was a really good game defensively. And Casey, he had some good stuff in that game.
Yeah, he did. I felt like the Yankees just couldn't get that timely hit, man. We were working good counts. He didn't really strike out too many. He had 6 strikeouts with the 3 walks. I mean, there were times where we had runners in scoring position and we just couldn't get the timely hits. I was saying it all week. Oh, like this, we just weren't making solid contact, and it sucked because we put pitchers in high leverage situations and we were just not getting the job done at all. And then we go to Game Two. We had Carlos Cookie Carrasco going up against the
That boy,
reigning
that
the
boy.
reigning AL Cy Young Tariq Skubal. Go in the bottom of the second. Zach McKinstry starts off the scoring with a sac fly to make it 1-0. And then in the bottom of the fourth is when it all went downhill. Spencer Torkelson hits his third home run for a solo shot to make it 2-0. McKinstry hits a solo home run for his first of the season to make it 3-0. And then Dylan Dingler hits a solo home run for his second of the season to make it 4-0. And then in the bottom of the fifth, Kerry Bonds Carpenter hits a solo home run for his fourth of the year to make it 5-0, which ended up being the final score. Winning pitcher was Tariq Skubal. He went 6 innings, giving up 4 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts. His ERA on the year is a 3.78. His record is 1-2. This was his first win on the season, which is pretty crazy. And then the loser was Carlos Carrasco. He went 4 and a third, giving up 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 7.71 ERA. His record on the year is a 1-1. And Herder comes in for the 3 inning save. He goes complete 3 innings, going giving up 2 hits, no one runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, 3.68 ERA on the season, and it's his second save of the year. Carl, let me know your thoughts about Game Two.
Hey man, I said it in the chat. We have to hit around Carlos Carrasco. And that's what eventually happened. Zach McKinstry got the scoring started. And then we hit 3 straight bombs. Oh man, it was just beautiful to see that. The stuff I could see, I was at work, but I did see a lot of it. The ones I could see, it was beautiful to see. And then we had, I won't call it a Tark Schoolball masterclass, but I'm
Yeah.
just gonna say it was a really good game. We had a really good game by Tark Schoolball. I know you said last time we pitched against the Yankees, he got hit around. Well, this time shutout. So love to see that. And I also want to talk about Herder because that was great. Him coming into relief for Schoolball, and we just had him out there for the last 3 and still gave up no runs. That was cool to see as well. I believe Herder used to start for a period of time last year, and so that's why he's more so of a long reliever because he can deal with those situations. But that was just
Mhm.
beautiful to watch, man. Watch the Tigers win the shutout and win my Chipotle. Just a beautiful game to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, for those who don't know, me and Carl bet Chipotle on this series. So now I owe him some Chipotle. Um, but yeah, on Game Two, again, we started off 2 hits in the top of the first inning, and then Screwball just turned it on like that. In pregame, Jake Rogers, the catcher, he was in the cage and he did something to his oblique. That's why Dingler started this game. And if you know Screwball, his guy is Jake Rogers. Every time he goes out there, Jake Rogers is behind the plate. And I feel like those first 2 hitters was him just not being comfortable with what Dingler was calling. He shook him off a couple times, and then he just got into a groove, trusted his catcher, and he retired 12 or 15 straight after that. So catchers catchers are huge in this game. Pitchers, make sure you trust them because they know what they're doing. Um, and Carlos Carrasco, man, he's washed. It was bad to see him out there just giving up tanks. Like they went, it was non-competitive pitches at like 92 miles per hour, and that's in today's game. That's BP. Like maybe that might have worked like 7, 8 years ago, but not today, especially when you're throwing it right down the middle. Like it's just not gonna work. Um, it was just bad, and the fact that it was just bad weather, and then like it was just terrible. It was terrible to watch, terrible to listen to because my MLB app wasn't working for some reason, and then I had to switch over to the audio. I had to listen to Susan, so it was just really bad to just a really bad day, like game two.
for you.
Um,
But I do want to talk about that real
of
quick
course.
because they did bring that up, and they were saying how Dylan, Jake, and Turk Screwball in between like are hitting and pitching, they'll go and look at like the iPad or whatever they're looking at and discuss certain things
Yeah.
because they're trying to get Dylan and Turk Screwball comfortable with each other. And that I think that also did help play a factor in how Screwball was pitching throughout the rest of the inning. So they did talk about that as well. So that was a good point.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just bad. Um, yeah. So shout out to the Tigers for taking this series. We meet again in like later on in the
September,
year, September. Um, who knows? Maybe we'll both be at the top of the division again. Hopefully.
hopefully.
Um, due to the parlay. You know what I mean? Then we get to game three. Do the Yankees avoid the sweep? We got Max Fried going up against Jack Flaherty, ex high school teammates. I said this in the chat, but imagine going to school, you got to take a pre-cal test, and then you got to go out, take a long bus ride. You show up, and one of these guys is pitching in your high school game. Like, it's like just game over. You know what I mean? These guys are dominant in MLB. I can just only imagine what they were doing in high school. Um, in the top of the seventh, it was. I want to say this was a pitching game. It was a master class by both starting pitchers. It was just great to listen to. Um, in the top of the seventh, Ben Rice, aka Ben Arroz, he hits a two-run home run for his third home run of the season to make it 2-0. And then in the top of the ninth, Aaron Judge comes up with a two-run single with the bases loaded to make it 4-0. And then in the bottom of the ninth, Devin Williams comes in for the save. He gets the bases loaded after getting two quick outs. Throws a wild pitch that ends up scoring a run. And then Zach McKinstry comes up and hits an RBI, two RBI single to make it 4-3. And then he had to get pulled out of the game because he just didn't have it. He hasn't looked how he did last year with the Brewers or late in the past in his career. Uh, since the four games that he's came in out of the bullpen for us, I don't know what's going on. He was one of the guys that was complaining about the facial hair policy, and the Yankees took that away, and so it's not any of that. I think it's just a mental thing, you know. It's is getting kind of annoying because he was supposed to be the guy, the stopper, the closer. Like, and right now he's not looking like he's deserving of that role. But that was the final score, 4-3. Yankees avoid the sweep. The winning pitcher was Max Fried. He went 7 innings, giving up only 5 hits, no one runs, no walks, 11 strikeouts, 1.56 ERA on the season. And Flaherty gets a no decision. He went 5 in the third, giving up 3 hits, no one runs, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts, and a 1.62 ERA on the year. And Leiter Jr. came in for the save. He only had to get one out. He got it in one batter, and Holton ends up getting the loss. He went an inning and 2/3, giving up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts, and a 2.84 ERA. His record is 1-1 on the year. What are your thoughts on Game 3?
So, like you said, man, this was a pitcher's duel. Like for real, it was tough for both teams to get offense going. I know y'all did have some guys on at times, but Flaherty was able to work his way out of it.
Yeah.
Um, that's really what this was, just a pitcher's duel. Um, like you said, 20 strikeouts combined. Flaherty had 9, Free had 11. It was, man, it was tough. It was tough, but y'all found a way to pull it out. Shout out to y'all, for finally showing up. I'm just playing. But nah, go. That was a good one on y'all part. But the one thing I do like to say is them Tigers, man, they never gonna quit. They're
No.
called the gritty Tigs for a reason. Just when
Hmm.
you think it's over, we coming right back at you, and now you're like, oh, hold on, we in dangerous waters again. Like this should be over. Now we got really, we got to lock back in, refocus, and I love it. I love that about my team. They're never gonna quit. They're never gonna give up. They're always gonna fight to the end. I love it. I love to watch it. And I'm just glad at how far we've come since I first started watching baseball to now. So
Yeah, they're definitely a fun team to watch. Definitely, I love the culture that AJ Hinch brought over to the team with what they did in the second half last year, going on that 31-11 run to make it into the playoffs, winning a series against Houston. That was
yeah.
huge for them. And uh,
We were up 2-1 against Cleveland, man.
I know. We would have faced off in the ALCS. That would have been
That'd
epic.
have been.
Yeah, that would have been something, but I feel like you guys are gonna have a great year. Like you said, this team is gritty. I love watching them play. Like anytime they're on, I'm definitely tuning in just because they play the game the right way and they do all the little things right. Like they're out there hustling, they're throwing themselves, laying out for like close plays and stuff like that is and the energy that team has it's amazing. So I'm definitely going to be tuned in to this team going on into the year. So now I want you to give your MVP of the series. Who you
Yeah, so you
got?
know how you got your King of New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
We call mine the Tiger King. So my
Okay.
Tiger King this series is Zach McKinstry. Zach McKinstry, game one, pinch hit, batted 1,000, 1 for 1. Game two, 2 or 3, 1 home run, and he started with the sac fly. So he got 2 RBIs, the home run, right? So right now we're currently 3 or 4. And then he went 2 or 4 today with 2 RBIs, like you said, in the bottom of the ninth to make it 4-3. So that makes him 5 of 8. So man, the Tiger King for me is Zach McKinstry.
Yeah. My King of New York's got to be the guy that is washed. When we signed him, everybody Paul Goldschmidt, man. Um, he went absolutely crazy this series, going 7 for 11. He batted 636 in this series. He had a 3-hit game on Tuesday, so he's been no matter where he's at in the lineup, he's been a leadoff guy. He's been in the 4 hole. He's been in the 3 hole. It doesn't matter where you put this guy in the lineup. He's been tearing the cover off the baseball. He's currently batting 348 on the season, which is ridiculous. It's going to be huge because pitchers are going to pitch around Judge, and if he's batting right behind Judge, and I feel really good about where this lineup is headed. So yeah, that's my King of New York this series. The Yankees have an off day tomorrow. They're traveling back home to the Bronx, and they got the San Francisco Giants, who have been off to an incredible start in the weekend series. So that's going to be a fun one. Make sure you tune in to that recap as well. Who the Tigers got this weekend?
So we got a, like you say, off day tomorrow, and we got the Twins this weekend, 3-game series with the Twins. So divisional battle. Salute to the Twins, by the way. Keeping the Royals 1 game off us. Appreciate that tonight. But yeah, we got the Twins this weekend.
Yeah, it's
And one
gonna
more
be.
thing I want to say: shout out to Paul Goldschmidt because that was the one player today that was just a thorn in my side all game long. He had it going today.
He did. He definitely did. Especially with that double early off in the like the fifth inning. He's just ridiculous. He's hitting the ball tremendously well, and his defense, oh, it's really underrated. He might be old, but he can still defend with the best of them. There's been a couple balls that have been underthrown, overthrown, and he's just doing the right thing, moving his feet, getting in the right spot, and making the play. So, you got any last words?
Last words. Chipotle my life. Nah, nah, man. Appreciate you for having me on. You know what I'm saying? The series is fun. It's fun watching baseball, but it's also fun watching when your team's going against somebody else's team. It just makes it that much more sweeter. I'm so happy about how my Tigers is playing, and I feel like the MLB set us up. Our first series being the Dodgers, their first series at home, getting that ring, they set us up. But ever since that series, we're currently 7-2 since the Dodgers, so I'll take it. Again, man, y'all make sure y'all tune in to my boy BWT, man. Baseball season's just starting, but we got a long way to go. Keep you updated with it, and you know what I'm saying. Good luck against the Giants because they have been playing well, but I think I can get them.
Yeah, we should be able to, especially with the pitching matchups that we got. So, but yeah, appreciate you coming on, Carl. Until next time, peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.